$1 million per month. That's how much TJR Trades makes using a simple 3-step sales process. And today I'm going to be breaking down this process for you, okay? So first is creating content and generating traffic to attract free leads. Next is gathering those leads and converting them into paying customers. And finally, how he also uses paid traffic to generate even more leads to go to his offers, okay? So first, let's break down his free traffic system. Now, he actually uses 3 different types of platforms, like most influencers, to make his content on and generate a ton of traffic, right? And that's YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, okay? The first one we're gonna be talking about here is YouTube. And what he tends to post is educational types of content, which attract what I like to call people in the 1 to 100 marketing bracket, okay? Essentially, who these people are is, in this case, experienced traders who have knowledge in the space, whether it be reading charts, making better decisions on when they should buy or sell, and so on and so forth. And within this type of marketing, he tends to attract people with 3 different types of market awareness, okay? So first are those who are aware they have a trading problem, and the consistent price people in that market awareness purchase at, which is $50 to $100, okay? Second is a solution-aware audience, which is in that $100 to $500 range, which are people that are aware of a solution in general, but they don't know about his product and how it will fix their problems. And finally, a product-aware audience, which are people that know about his solution and his product, so in turn, they are very good candidates for his high-ticket program. And within these 3 brackets, he tends to keep his categories of content very small, such as creating mini courses, trading live on YouTube, and a little bit of lifestyle content. So as you can see, each type of video he is putting up on his YouTube channel has a very specific purpose and is attracting a very specific target audience. So here you can see he uploaded the beginner's guide to start day trading in 2025, right? And there's a keyword in this title, which is beginner. So what he is doing in this is taking a problem-aware audience and turning them into a solution-aware audience through this training. And in the description of this video, there's a link where he's trying to funnel you right to his high-ticket program while collecting emails and phone numbers. So this is really smart because he's trying to get you through his ascension path the psychologically correct way for a trader, okay? Now, say you're trying to get into trading, right? And you're brand new, but interested in the space, right? You have a problem, which is, you want to know how to get better at trading. And what he's hoping for is the person to watch this video here, where he's dropping a ton of value and make them aware of the solution he's providing and turn them into a solution-aware audience. So from here, one of 3 things happen. The first path would be that the audience checks out the link in the description, which is his high-ticket course, and gives their email and phone number over, but does not proceed to book a call. And in this case, through various email and SMS sequences, he will try to nurture the audience into buying his high ticket or any other product he releases, right? Now, the second path would be that his audience clicks on the link, fills out their email, books a call, and ends up buying his high ticket course, right? And in this case, he secures a high ticket purchase while still sending out SMS and email sequences to guide them to another product he has to offer. And finally, for the third path, the audience clicks on the link, doesn't give their email or SMS, and does not book a call. Now, in this case, what I would change is offering the audience a free lead magnet to collect information, right? And something that correlates with his high ticket offer, like giving a lesson of the program for free, for example. That way the nurturing process would be a lot easier, but that's for YouTube, right? Next is Instagram and TikTok, right? And TJR does very similar things for each platform as he's attracting a 0 to 1 marketing bracket, right? And what this means is he's trying to attract people that are brand new to the space or haven't begun trading yet, right? Essentially, his short form content strategy is really showing off his lifestyle and giving people the motivation they need to move forward in his funnel. Now, this also gives him the opportunity to create completely unrelated content to trading and kind of aim to go viral, right? So as you can see, I have a color chart below here, and what I want to show you is how the primary colors of his post dictate and complement the video he's posting. So, for example, he has this video titled Focus on You, right? And the theme of it is black, right? So as you can see, he's trying to convey all these types of messages in this video, such as being dramatic, sophisticated, and formal, right? And I'm sure you've seen videos like in this style and can agree that it's going to have some sort of motivational aspect of it, right? That's all for Instagram and TikTok. And YouTube, I'll explain shortly what he does with his specific audience. Now, let's get into how he gathers his leads and converts them into paying customers. And we're going to start with his YouTube channel, where he typically promotes his high ticket course primarily and lead magnet secondarily, right? So as we spoke about, once you visit the site for his high ticket, you will get a pop-up trying to get your email and phone number, right? In case he doesn't secure a sale. But once you pass this point, this is where some of the really heavy marketing tactics are being used. So once you fill out your information, you get redirected to a VSL. And this is known as the Hero's Journey VSL, right? And as you can see here, there's a whole storyline within this VSL to drop the guard of the audience and discover that you can skip all the painful aspects that he went through personally when learning how to trade, and came back with his transformation and gift to the audience, which is his high ticket course. So let's break down each aspect of the hero journey VSL that he uses within this, right? And how it all fits in chronological order. Okay, so first is the call to adventure, where he is essentially telling you this is the exact method he used to go from a broke college kid to a multimillionaire. Okay, next is the supernatural aid, where he explains how he discovered a way to separate himself from the bottom 98% of traders. After is the threshold, or the beginning of his transformation, on where he explains how just 7 years ago he was rock bottom and had minus $2,000 in his bank account, trying to figure out his life, right? Next are challenges and temptations, where he talks about how people are over trading and going all in on their stocks instead of paying their own bills and feeding themselves, right? And he also mentions how the market feeds on these types of people and their emotions, right? Next is the death and rebirth, where he talks about his 7 year journey and all the mistakes he's made along the way have been recorded within his mentorship, right? And how he's going to make sure you do not make the same mistakes he has. Then his transformation, where he talks about how his goal is to have you in for a small amount of time, so you can enjoy financial freedom from trading knowledge you've learned within his course, as well as the dozens of other lives he's changed within his group. Then there's the atonement, where he talks about how years of training can help you save your time and money. And finally, his return, or gift, which is his trading blueprint. Now, this may not fit everything that laid out here in the Hero's Journey VSL, but that's totally fine, right? If you watch it, you'll see how well structured all of this is to secure a sale. And finally, from his high ticket course, he has a qualification system to do a couple of things. First is to find out the audience's pain points and to overcome them within the sales call. And second is to gather as much information as possible on the people who are actually interested in his products and adjust his sales process accordingly, right? And finally, after this process is complete, you get transferred over to a WAP page where you're going to pay an upfront fee of $27. And if they close you, he secures a high ticket sale, which is $5,000, right? So that's how he funnels his audience through TikTok and YouTube, right? Now, for his Instagram account, he is trying to get his audience to sign up for his lead magnet, right? And what this lead magnet is a carefully thought out free resource, usually something of great value where a person won't have to think twice about giving their email or phone number. They're just going to do it so he can, once again, nurture his free leads into his paid programs. That being said, he also does something which I think is pretty smart, and that is gathering more information on the free leads he's attracting, so he can, fine tune what type of content he posts on his social media pages, and of course, after you give your email, you'll be put into a nurturing sequence through SMS and email, right? And finally, paid traffic. Now, this is where his team is writing various ad stages of market awareness that we talked about earlier. And the ones you're familiar with that he's advertising to are our problem aware, solution aware, and product aware audience. But with his ads, he also throws in the problem unaware audience, which is usually willing to spend $0 to $50. Okay, so as you can see from this first ad, his team wrote right from the very beginning. He states beginner and beginners and unprofitable traders stop making the same mistakes. Now, I want you to pay attention how he makes the smooth transition to turn his problem unaware audience into a problem aware audience. And it's in this paragraph here that says, you're probably struggling with being consistently profitable and spending hundreds of dollars on funded accounts that you end up blowing up anyways and never getting a payout, right? Now, for those who are problem unaware, he actually creates the problem for them, which is now being consistently profitable, which is a well known problem in the space. But look at this. He also mentions traders are spending hundreds of dollars on funded accounts and never getting a payout. And that's the transition. Now, also notice how this type of market awareness is strictly brought to his free lead magnet to nurture to. Okay. This is all meticulously thought out, right? Okay, so now for the next two ads we have here, these are heavily targeted to a solution aware and a product aware audience, right? The first ad we have here is a value bomb video, and something short and sweet calling out the targeted audience he wants to go to his lead magnet, which are traders that have been in the space for 1 year and want to transition into his free course, right? And finally, the last ad we have here is once again targeting these traders with a higher market awareness. And all this ad is doing is calling out how experienced traders have been bouncing around from guru to guru for information, but his specific breakthrough didn't come from that. It's actually from what he discovered using the information in his high ticket course. So in this ad, he actually links both his lead magnet and his high ticket and states, watch the free training, and if you're serious, apply for your spot now, where he's referring to his high ticket program. But anyways, guys, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video and would like to see more marketing tips and tricks, please leave a like and comment and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Thanks, guys.